Remain seated and come together. Laughter. I don't think you can top that.
She must already be at Easter service.
I'm going to sit down right now.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I've placed in front of you a bag marked Evidence Item 716. Do you recognize that?
Yes. This is the magazine, Sheriff's Evidence Item 1002, along with the original evidence bag which it was received in when I got it, and I rebooked both items under 1002 and 1002A.
Can you take the contents of 716, the contents, each have individual exhibits numbers, please?
That's correct. One is 587 and 586.
And what is Exhibit 587?
587 is Sheriff's Evidence Item 1002, which I processed.
We've moved 587 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
And Exhibit number 586, that is what, Detective Spinner?
This is the original evidence bag this item was in when I obtained it from the property room.
We would move that into evidence.
It's admitted.
And we would also move 716 into evidence.
What is that?
Would you describe 716 one more time for the court?
Item 716 is a brown evidence bag containing Sheriff's Evidence Item No. 1002 and 1002A. The 002 item is the magazine itself, and the 002A is the original bag that I received it in when I got it out of the property room to process it.
All right, that's admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next we have Exhibit 174, which is a bag that contains Exhibit 585 and Exhibit 584. Sergeant Spinner, do you recognize these items? Laughter. You missed it.
That's why you don't go in the well.
Okay. What is Exhibit 714?
714 is an evidence bag in which I returned Item 1001, which is Exhibit 585, back to the property room, along with the original bag, evidence bag, that I got the evidence item from, and I checked it out of the property room, which is Evidence Item 584.
We'd move those into evidence, Your Honor. Laughter.
They're admitted.
We'd also move 714 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Thank you. Too much sugar at lunch. Exhibit 580, please.
Now you know why the rest of the attorneys stay behind counsel table. Laughter. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, I do. Do you recognize?
This is the original evidence bag in which I got Sheriff's Item 306 out of the property room, and I started processing. And this is the item, magazine, that was inside this evidence bag when I got it out of the property room. Both items were returned in the plastic evidence bag.
Okay. Your Honor, we would move, 580 into evidence, please.
It's admitted.
Okay. Showing you Exhibits 563 and 564.
563 is Sheriff's Evidence Item 304C, Charles.
Did you process that item?
Yes, I did, sir. And Exhibit number 564 is Sheriff's Evidence Item number 304D, David, which I also processed. Both items were returned to the sheriff's property room by myself in this bag.
Okay. We'd move both of those exhibits into evidence, Your Honor.
563 and 564 are admitted.
Thank you. Take those out one at a time, please. Exhibit 567 is?
Sheriff's Evidence Item 309B2, which I processed.
We'd like to move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Next is Exhibit 566.
566 is Sheriff's Evidence Item number 301B1, which I did process.
We'd move that into evidence, Your Honor.
566 is admitted.
Thank you. Exhibit number 554?
This is Sheriff's Evidence Item number 321A, Adam.
You processed that item?
I processed it, or it was processed at my direction.
Move that into evidence.
554 is admitted.
Exhibit 555?
555 is Sheriff's Evidence Item number 321B, boy. And it was processed in the lab at my direction.
We'd move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
321C?
321C as Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 321, and 556 as Item Number 321C, Charles.
Processed.
Processed at my direction.
Move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 557?
557 as Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 321D, David.
Did you process that item?
I did, or at my direction.
Okay. I'd like you to take that back out for a moment, please, and find the placard that was used when you photographed it. I think it's behind the actual label on the front cover. The front cover. It's behind that label.
One of the problems is we can't see the witness if he's going to be doing something.
How's this?
Thank you.
You could just put that back in the front part. Is this an item that was processed by you or at your direction?
Yes, sir, it is.
We'd move this into evidence, Your Honor. It's 557.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 321, excuse me, exhibit number 558?
558 as Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 321E, Edward.
And was that processed by you?
By me or at my direction.
Okay. Move 558 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 559?
559 as Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 321F, Frank.
Did you process that?
Yes, I did.
We would move 559 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 560, please.
560 as Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 321G, George.
Did you process that item?
Yes, I did, or at my direction.
We would move 560 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
The label must have come off.
Judge, each item is marked inside the book that they're looking at. They're looking for an exhibit tag. Mr. Nicola, that notebook, each item is marked inside the notebook.
Are they? Sergeant Spinner, for the record, we have a black 3-ring binder, with the numbers, 317, and the lettering, combined items, on the spine. Inside are a number of individual pages with the exhibit numbers. Can you please flip to the first exhibit number, read it out?
Exhibit No is 7, our correction. 471.
Can you flip to the very last page, the last exhibit number?
This is Exhibit 508.
Okay. Can you flip all the way through that binder, tell us whether or not you processed those items? Did you actually make this binder?
Yes, I compiled this compilation myself in an attempt to not have one binder just for one page. So I put all the individual pages into one binder and marked it as such with the evidence items that were in that binder. And I did that with the front.
Okay. Just flip through that. Confirm it's accurate as to what you've done. Your Honor, while he's doing that, may I move exhibits 774, 773 and 772 into evidence? They were the 3 PowerPoints regarding the print comparisons.
All right. They're admitted.
We would also like to move exhibit number 529, which was testified to yesterday by Char Marie, containing evidence items 317 and booked into the DOJ lab. I'd like to move that into evidence.
It's admitted.
With regard to the description of that item, that's just the bag, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to show him these next. Are each of the items, exhibit Nos. 471 through and including 508, items that you processed?
Yes, they are.
Your Honor, we've moved exhibit Nos. 471 through 508 into evidence at this time.
They're admitted.
Handing you exhibit 511.
Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 317I, Ida, and I did process this.
Okay. We would move exhibit 511 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 512?
Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 317K, King, and I did process this item.
We would move that into evidence, Your Honor.
512's admitted.
Exhibit number 509.
Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 317F, Frank, and I did process this item.
We would move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
510, please.
Sheriff's Evidence Item Number 317G, George. and I did process this item.
We would move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
512. We did 511, right?
512 is sheriff's evidence item number 317K, King.
Did you process that item?
Yes, I did.
We would move 512 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 513?
This is sheriff's evidence item number 317L, Lincoln, and I did process this item.
We would move that item into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 514, please.
Sheriff's evidence item number 317M, Mary, and I did process this item.
We'd move that into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 515?
Sheriff's evidence item number 317O, Ocean.
Did you process?
And I did process this item.
We would move this item into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 516?
516 is sheriff's evidence item number 317P, Paul, and I did process this item.
We would move 516 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 517, 517?
517 is sheriff's evidence item number 317Q, Queen, and I did process this item.
We would move 517 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 518, 518?
Sheriff's item 518 is item number 317R, Robert, and I did process this item.
We would move 518 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 519?
519 is sheriff's evidence item number 317S, Sam, and I did process this item.
Your Honor, we'd like to move 519 into evidence.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 520. Exhibit 520?
Evidence 520 is sheriff's evidence item number 317T, Tom, and I did process this item.
We would move 520 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 521, please.
521 is sheriff's evidence item number 317U, Union, and I did process this item.
We would move this item into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 522?
522 is sheriff's evidence item number 317V, Victor, and I did process this item.
We would move 522 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit number 523, please.
Number 523 is sheriff's evidence item number 317 William, W.
Did you process that item?
Yes, I did.
We'd like to move 523 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Handing you Exhibit 524.
524 is sheriff's item number 317X, X-ray, and I did process this item.
We'd like to move this item into evidence, Your Honor.
524 is admitted.
Exhibit number 525?
525 is sheriff's evidence item No 317, B, or Boy.
I'd like to move 525 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 526?
526 is sheriff's evidence item No 317, D, or David, and I did process this item.
We'd move 526 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 527?
527 is sheriff's evidence item No 317, E, or Echo, and I did process this item.
We'd move 527 into evidence.
It's admitted.
Exhibit 528?
Sheriff's item 528, or 528, is sheriff's item No 317, F, or Frank.
Did you process that item?
Yes, I did.
We would like to move 528 into evidence, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
We admitted 529?
Yes.
Good. It's a wrap for that. I'd like to show you exhibit number 775. Ask if you recognize what's depicted on exhibit 775.
On 775, there are pictures of fingerprint basic patterns: a plain arch, tented arch, a left slant loop, a right slant loop, a plain whorl, a central pocket loop whorl, double loop whorl, and accidental whorl.
Okay. We'd like to move this into evidence, Your Honor, and publish it for the jury.
All right.
Can we have input 4, Your Honor? Can you explain to the jury what's in the first 6 boxes up there?
In the box where the laser pointer is pointing now is a pattern known as a plain arch pattern. It's a class characteristic, and the ridges in a plain arch will flow in from one side, go through the arch pattern and out the other side. They do not recurve or turn in any way.
What's next?
On the next one is what we call a tented arch pattern. In this pattern, the ridges again will come in, flow through the pattern and come out. However, there will be some ridges which will come in either from the left or the right and will go into a vertical, or a near vertical, and the ridge end at that point, causing a tent to occur and the ridges that flow over that particular ending ridge.
Okay. Another example of a class 1 characteristic?
Yes, sir.
What's next?
Next is a loop, where the ridges come in this case they come in from the left, go up through the pattern, recurve, and go back out to the left. And then you have ridges that start on the other side, come all the way through and go through to the left. And then you have ridges that come through the left and go under the recurving pattern. And you have in this position, about right here, what they call a delta or a tri-radius, where the ridges flow up and over. They flow around and they come under, so it's what they call a tri-radius, but it's what they refer to also as a delta.
Okay. Is there another kind of class 1 characteristic up there?
If you go to the, let me explain one thing. As far as the loop goes, I use the term left slant. Prior to computers and computer matching, loop patterns were called ulnar or radial if they open toward the thumb or the little finger. For the bones in the arm, ulnar bone, radial bone. Now computers won't recognize bones, so the people who have built the programs, we now call them left slant and right slant. So everybody's talking about the same thing, because there's no way to tell without seeing 4, 5 patterns in a row to know which way the arches actually flow or the loops actually flow. Okay. On top we have a plain whorl. In this case, you have a delta at this location and a delta at this location. Whorls have 2 deltas, and then the center ridge flow goes in a circular manner or angle, something like what I referred to as a hurricane. They just go around. And the next one down, we have what we call a central pocket loop whorl, in which we have a delta inside the pattern area, about where my laser pointer is, and we have another delta at this particular point creating the 2 delta requirement for a whorl. To have a central pocket loop whorl, you have to have a recurve under the center core area, but that recurve could not be cut by a line which is drawn between the left-hand delta and the right-hand delta. On the bottom right, we have what we call a double loop whorl, in which case we have 2 recurving patterns, one right here and we have one right here. 2 separate patterns. We have 2 loops, so we call it a double loop whorl, because you have 2 loops within the pattern, plus the 2 deltas.
There are 2 more examples on this exhibit.
On the bottom left, we have what we call right slant loop, again because the ridges come in from the right, flow in, recurve, and flow out. We have the ridges coming in on the left going up over the recurve and out the other side, and then we have our delta right at this location where the ridges come down and separate. And there would be more ridges under it if the picture was complete.
Okay.
On the right side, we have what we call an accidental whorl, which has, in most cases, 3 delta areas. You have one right here, one right here, and one right here, and we have 2 distinct pattern types. This, if I could, it looks like it has either an upthrust or a recurve, and we have a recurve here. So you'd have delta, 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 possibly tented arch, and then you would have a looping pattern, or you have a looping pattern and a looping pattern.
Okay. Are there more kinds of class 1 characteristics that are just not on this sheet of paper?
No, those are the basic class 1 characteristics for fingerprints. There's 4 whorl types, 2 arch types, and 2 loop types.
Okay. Thank you, Sergeant Spinner. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Counsel?
Thank you.
You don't need to start. I can't take any more. Laughter.
Good.
Good. Let me. Just before I release you. Remember, tomorrow morning we'll.
In unison, tomorrow?
I mean Monday morning. Do you want to work tomorrow?
In unison, no.
Monday morning, 11:30.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. There was just one exhibit that we wanted to admit, 769.
Let's do it later. We're past that. We're on our way. I want to give you another special admonition at this point. I've tried to remind you as we go along through the week, but it's important. It's extremely important that you don't read any newspaper accounts or watch television or listen to the radio concerning this case. We're at a point in the case where the news media is not restricted anymore from reporting pretty much almost entirely. There's just a few restrictions. So there's a lot of things they could report that's not for you to know about. That's frankly what it's about. There's things that jurors are not to know when they reach their decision. And those are the things that we discuss out of your presence, and it would be extremely unfortunate if you got that information from somewhere else. But I trust you not to do that, and that's why the restrictions don't exist anymore, because I do trust you not to do that. And I did mention to you to have some family member collect those items. You know, they can collect the newspaper articles, and they can record television programs, and you'll be, you know, very interested, I'm sure, when it's over to read all that and have that. So I hope you have somebody doing that for you, but they're not to relate those things to you now. Again, you can't talk to anybody about the case, including each other. It's extremely important that you not do that. I've said before that the community is watching. I don't mean people are spying on you. That's not the case at all. But the community is watching to see how the court and the jurors, the attorneys, the witnesses behave in this case. And in that regard, I want to address particularly family members, because, you know, family members feel that they have an exception to the rule. You know, well, you're not supposed to discuss the case with anyone but me, you know. And I like to joke about that and say, this is the one time that you have the opportunity to hold something over your spouse, you know, your special other, your children, and say, no, you know, I'm not going to talk to you about this and you're not to talk to me about this. And I know you're watching television when I'm not here, and I know you're getting this information, but that's for you to keep to yourself. And it's been important that you draw this hard line with your family, because that's the place. It's not some stranger that's going to walk up to you and say, did you know what they had on TV the other day? It's going to be someone close to you. So if they do that, you know, you need to demonstrate your strength and tell them, no, don't talk to me about this. The judge has said we're not to talk about it, and I don't want to hear it about it, and if you keep doing it, I'm going to kick you out of the house. No, don't say that. But you know what I mean. Be firm with them. And I do like to hear laughter in the courtroom. I'll see you all Monday morning.
In unison, thank you.